Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Wow, it's a great day. It's Wisdom Wednesday, and I'm glad to be here. I thank the Lord for waking me this morning and in my right mind, plenty of energy and ready to get the message out there. I mean, wisdom is a great thing. I mean, I've been studying and reading about wisdom. It has so much to do with empowering us, giving us the goal attitude, that I can do attitude. And I read the main one that I liked the most was Proverbs 1 through 27. That whole verse there is very, very, very powerful. And I'm just going to read you a couple here. What is that? Proverbs 4 and 5. Acquire wisdom, acquire understanding. Do not forget nor turn away from the words of my mouth. So God has given us words that's given us wisdom, which empower us. And he asks us not to turn away. So when you're making a decision, sometimes you can't decide what the decision about the decision. Do this for me. Take fear, doubt, and skepticism out of your life, and you'll be able to walk with power and with the understanding that whatever the situation is that I fear, I'm in doubt of, I'm skeptical about, and you would find that they would disappear. If you don't feed them, they can't grow. That's why I talk about word seed, because the words that we use in our life, be it good or bad, has an opportunity to grow within us and lead us astray. We don't need that. We need to be, hey, if you ask me a question right now, I could give you an answer. If it's a no answer, I could give you that. If it's a yes answer, I could give you that. Uh, I'm not interested. Fine, no problem. We're moving right along. But I don't miss opportunity. Sometimes we miss opportunity that is the greatest thing that ever came our way. Like I always say, when you are afforded the opportunity and you bypass it, somewhere down the road you will say, wow, let me use my one that happened to me. And I said, wow. And I was in the category of I was in the arena looking for something to invest in because I was in the investment world at that time. I had security license and all of that, insurance license. So I missed, I had $634 back in 1964, but I wasn't afforded the opportunity to invest in McDonald's. See, if I'd have knew about it, or someone would have brought it to my attention, or I'd have researched it and found out that it was taking place. I had the money, but I didn't have that opportunity to participate in that. So that was a missed great venture. And the reason I say things like this is because I want us to have a free will mind. And that means, because we're in so much bondage on a day-to-day basis right now, just to live, just to survive, just to get things done. We're fighting a battle every day that we wake up in some form or fashion. What I'm trying to do is to build a culture of people that has that like-mindedness to where finances is not a problem. We have an abundance of everything that we're able to give more than we're looking to provide for ourselves and be bogged down with worry and stress and all of these bad things. I want to free up people from bondage, show them how to deliver themselves away from things that's holding them in bondage, per se. Everything that we participate in on a daily basis in some form or fashion has us in bondage. If we have an office building and we don't own the building, then we got to worry about the rent. But if we got abundance of cash, if we still want to operate within another person's building, that would be fine. But you won't be stressed over the money, whether the business is flowing real good right now. I have the money to meet that obligation every month. Or you can do what I advocate all the time. Get your own building, get your spot, rent or lease the other spots out. You have an income producing asset, plus you have a place to do business. That's the mindset. That's the things that we have to get into our heads. Hey, that's the way I want to go. I gotta find a place to rent. I gotta find a place to live. I gotta find a place. Hey, I need to purchase a subdivision. I can have my house in my own subdivision because I'm going to stay there anyway. I'm going to pay somebody, the bank or whatever. But if we got a village of like-minded people, a culture of people, like so many around me I see, then hey, it's nice living. I see it every single day. Every single. My neighbor, I know he spends somewhere between $50,000-$60,000 a month. Just bought a home about next door about, it ain't even been a year, but he got the most beautiful Aces swimming pool, deck, and everything put in since he's been there. They've been working and doing things there. Now he's doing like a patio, like white sand. It's beautiful. But see, I don't understand one thing about him because we don't communicate. I tried, but it takes two. So what I'm saying is here is that I don't know if he's using the bank. I know their culture will use the bank, but they use the money, not the bank. They're gonna make sure it get paid off quick and use it as a tool. See, debt is good and bad debt. Remember, this Wisdom Wednesday. So I'm giving you some wisdom about how to acquire finances and live the way God intended for us to live, to have abundance of everything. So we wouldn't have to worry and stress out over everything that we should have automatically. See, but since the things went on in the Garden of Eden, where everything was done for us, we had it made. We were living in, we could live in paradise. Well, that didn't quite work out. So now through Christ Jesus, now we have to acquire these things, but it takes some participation on our part. Okay. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm talking to people on 3 times a week, Motivational Monday, Wisdom Wednesday, and Financial Friday. Sundays, for the people that purchase my book, and by all means, get a book. Have friends and family to tune in. This last quarter of this year, September, October, November, December, getting ready to get in the last quarter of this year. So we got September, October, November, and December, the last quarter. So we got the whole month of September, and we got 3 months after that. This year will be over. This is all of this expense is on me. I'm taking on everything until the end of the year. Then things will be monetized because this is a business and it takes cash flow to operate it. Okay. So I'm asking for memberships. Today you can take this is the day I take control of my financial destiny. Let that be true for you and do it. I say now, do it because it's an action word. It means do something, take advantage of, move. Even if it say no, then say no. I have so many people on my calls and trainings. They just sit and listen, and we can't communicate with each other because you're quiet. You're not saying anything. I know it's something out of our conversation that you have one question. If it's just, who are you? See what I'm saying? You want to know more about me? Ask the question. Tell you about me, which I tell all the time. My upbringing, where I come from, the whole works. You know, the only thing I haven't told you is the struggles. It wasn't easy. I struggled, but my mindset was right once I got it right, because at first it wasn't right. I tried to do it all, uh, whatever was in front of me. See, I didn't know God as well as I do now. Back then, if I had to survive illegally, doing illegal things, not killing and stealing, but there's a lot more you can make money on that's not legal. So I chose those, and I made a living. I didn't make millions. I made a living. I had a wife and 5 kids, so I had to take care of them. But see, I didn't know the Lord. So when I found out about the Lord, and it changed my mindset. It changed the way I do things. Sure, I struggle, but I know one thing: through the struggle, it always come out on top for you, because if sometimes the Bible tells us about trials and tribulations. So if we go through trials and tribulations, there's something coming our way. I'm gonna tell you, like Joel Osteen always say, God wouldn't keep you here if he didn't have something that he wanted you to do. And I believe that. And so the struggles that I went through got me to this point. I remember reading one time, maybe hearing someone say, you have to be careful about what you ask for. That's fine. I asked for a lot of things. Sometimes I got more than I can handle because I didn't know a lot. And I was going through my trials and tribulations. So I was confused because I'd never been in that arena before. I never had to do it out. I never had to stress myself out to the point where I make myself sick. Because one thing about it, all that I did, I never did things to the point where I went to jail. God always spared me from the moments that I could have ended up in jail, or maybe even got killed or something. So I thank him every single day for all that he's done. When I wake up in the morning, I thank him, because it wasn't an alarm clock. It wasn't the sun shining through the window. It wasn't any of that. It was God woke me up. It's time to get up. So I get up and I start my day. I learned to discipline myself, stay on course, focus. Military did a lot because it had a structure to it. And that's what I'm trying to do now with my company. Structure it. I need the unity of the people, because you can't do everything by yourself. And what we're doing here in the movement, it takes people. It takes people of like-mindedness and people that can come together and make things happen, like so many others. Man, I was doing something and Jay-Z popped up. I think I was on my YouTube page, and Jay-Z popped up. Brilliant young man when it comes down to uh, money and finances, and his other skills that he had. But I like his story, the story he told. And I like the part where he struggled to get where he was. Nobody believed in him. And it reminds me sometimes of myself. As much as I'm in front of people, people don't react or respond. Okay. That don't bother me anymore. So he was at that point in life. He even had relatives telling him, that stuff you doing won't do nothing. You're not going to sell, you talking about selling 1 million copies. It don't even sound good. You won't sell 1 million copies. He said, I sold 1 million copies and 1 million more. But he was focused. And he said that he don't care what people say about him because it's only one of him. And whatever it is that he get done, it's not me, it's not you, it's him. And he talked about, being focused on what he know and what he accomplished, right? Not what others done for me and all of this type of stuff. And it makes me think about this. God gave us all blueprints, all different. So if I do my fingerprints, it's going to say Edward Townsend, E.W. Townsend. If you do yours, it's going to say your name. So we're different. So that lets me know that he did other things in us that's different. So I don't have to try to be a Les Brown, Tony Robbins to get the point across or to get things done. I don't have to be Michael Jordan or any other successful person out there doing what they do and what God's gifts and talents that he gave them. I don't have to do that. I have to stay on course with what he's showing me that he's using me for. My financial ministry is what I'm focused on because that's what he gave me. And I'm going to do it in a way to where it's not in a usury fashion for people. I've been through all of that. I trust in man, which we tell us, don't put your trust in man. You know what I'm saying? Don't put your trust in man because it will fail you. Well, after 25, 30 years, I found that out because I had too much trust in a man. And when I got ready to do me, it didn't work out anymore. So everything that I believed that would take place or was promised to me didn't happen. So now I've done 25 to 30 years and I didn't do 5 years into my own business and company because I've always been business minded. So now I'm into my company. Everything else is secondary to Wealth Creator LLC. Just like all the companies out there, everything's secondary to them, including us. Okay. Amazon does deliver our packages, but Amazon is in business. And Amazon is worried about doing what their business needs to do to stay on top. So do I. So am I going to be in bondage or enslaved to someone else, or I'm going to spend more time into what I own, I control? See the difference? So this is where 90% of the American people are. So we got to change that. It might take the rest of this year, and December 31st, you might say, wow, I got it. Let me kick off my business. I'll take my business to another level. Let me go over and join that movement because that movement has already got it laid out. They have acquired a lot of things that I can use to do my business. So it don't interfere with what I'm doing. And it's going to be focused on me, helping me to make my business more successful. You see what I'm saying? See, we can do a lot of things together and it don't take away from what we already done, what we were destined to do. It's just coming together. God could have did everything. Jesus could have did. But he got 12 disciples. See what I'm saying? And now we have billions of Christ-like people all over the world. Could have did it by himself. He could. But we can't. So we need to come together and get it done. I mean, I'm telling you, if I could give you right now where my mindset is at and what he's showing me that's about to take place, people will be knocking the door down. See, that's the time when we move, when it's almost too late or we're just about to miss it. And then Boom, we're there. But preparation is what we need to do. We need to start preparing. If we truly want a business or truly say we got a business, then we need to start doing things that's going to build and help our business in the process. No different than anyone else. All of the companies that I've been involved with, mostly been network marketing companies. And now I look back and I see all that was going on. See, I'm not going to teach any of that, but how to use it to your advantage. See, I'm only going to use things that can produce income, because the wealthy people work in this category. And that's what I'm going to work with everyone that's in the movement with me as well. Cash, asset, cash. You got some cash, buy an asset that makes more cash. Plain and simple. I want to keep it simple so everybody can do it. I don't have to go through all of this other. See, when you have to go through too much, that's time to confuse you. See, that's what happened to me for 25 years. I went through so much. And being a man from a small, poor town, never had much of anything, no wealth, struggled to live and make money. You see what I'm saying? So you take advantage of what you see in me. I got the power to do things, but I'm not being paid for what I'm worth. In other words, usury is involved. And I don't want people to have to go through the same. So this is Wisdom Wednesday. So I'm giving out wisdom that could help other people to not to have to go through what I went through. Now, trials and tribulations, you're going to have to do them. But there's some things about finances that you don't have to go through, because the Lord told us to get an understanding. Out of all you're getting, get an understanding. This is Wisdom Wednesday, and it talks about that in Proverbs 4, 1 through 27 as well. So let me just read you another one from that. Let's see, verse number 7, 4, 7. The beginning of wisdom is acquired wisdom, and with all your acquiring, get an understanding. So it's right there in Proverbs 4, 1 through 27. But I also like the other one down where it says, wisdom provides many benefits: watch care and honor, guidance in the way of righteousness, and life, health, and integrity. It gives us the word seed, gives us everything that we need to live. And I'm telling you, since I've been getting in to my word seeds, even in finances, or just wisdom and knowledge, I got into the wisdom deeper because of Wisdom Wednesday. There are things in there to motivate you. See, that's where my Deuteronomy 8 and 18 comes on Motivational Monday. God has already given us the power. So I know I got power to build wealth, to gain wealth. Do I do anything with that power is my next step. See, so you got power. You got power to gain wealth. What's your next step? That's what I'm saying today. Today is the day I take control of my financial destiny. See, destiny has no ending. You're destined to prosper. Use that word to motivate you. That's Monday talking. Okay. Then Financial Friday, we get into deep because we talk straight finances. How are your finances? Are they where you want them to be? Do you own a business? Or would you like to start a business? Are you just an investor? You like to just invest, sit back and learn. Or you want to be on the board? So many things you could do, whatever your desire and passion is. See, your passion will make you wealthy. See, your passion is what drives you. Financial education drives me. Not the money, but the financial education part drives me Because if you get that, the money will come because you know how to do it. So wisdom is my favorite one because I can give you that wisdom that I've acquired. There's wisdom in the book that you can get more. See, I'm not ashamed of what the Lord said, and I'm not ashamed of doing what the Lord said because it's been good to me. That's what counts. It's just like I tell everybody, I said, I don't use everything in America, but if I tell you something worked for me, it worked for me. And if you try it, you'll know if it'll work for you too. But if you don't try it, you won't know. And then you just overlook what I said. I lost my weight because I didn't bypass. Somebody said, try this. My brother died from colon cancer. And I had to find something to tell people about colon cancer that would help them. I researched it. I found out all I could about it because I dedicated it all to him. Found out colon cancer, we got so much year-old, 6 months, 2-year stuff locked up in my gut. This is Wisdom Wednesday. This is little wisdom about colon cancer and your gut, how important it is to your functions and the health of your body. So there's this company I use to help use for people to get finances. No monthly fees, no quotas, nothing. Hey, if you like the product, you buy it. Tell somebody else to buy the product and I'll pay you. There's no pressure or anything. So I tried the pineapple tea and I got clean. All of my gut is clean. From the corners and the sacks, everything is clean. I feel better. I'm a type 2 diabetic. I feel better. I can put my shoes on, tie them up. I can bend over and tie my shoes up, standing up, bend over. I can reach my toes on the bottom of my foot. I can take my hand and go behind my back and reach all the way to the other side now. I couldn't do all of that. So I had too much up here. I couldn't bend over. It was just, and walking, it just took away from me. So I tried that tea. I got 2 little packs and I put it in a cup. And I drink it every other day. I have me a cup of tea. I don't put 2 in there because 2 is the beginner stage. It does its job. So I just maintain it. I sip a cup of tea and I don't have any problems keeping my gut clean. That's Wisdom Wednesday. Some things that could help you. Okay. You got information coming up on the bottom of your screen in the ticker tape there. Club Bismarck, smart.com. Go there. Check the pineapple tea out. Wisdom, information, what you do with it is up to you. See if it works. Somebody else might be really sick or really need it, and you can pass on that good news. See, that's what I want to see. I want to see everybody healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is Wisdom Wednesday podcast. Healthy, wealthy, and wise. So if you got some wise information for me, I can receive it. I wouldn't know about that unless I tried it. But I know it's something wrong. I didn't have the energy. My focus was okay, but it wasn't where I wanted it to be. And I attributed it to something else, age. And then I listened to other people that's 90, almost 100 years old and rolling. So what's wrong with me? I can do the same. Because God said he don't have no respectable person. So what he do for one, he do for the other. See, I wasn't taking care of my temple. So that's what my body is the temple. And I have to put in it what's good for it. Here, 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 I have to be in control of that. Because I know the body. It belongs to me and God. So, and I'm the caretaker of this vessel. So it's up to me to take care of it. Bottom line. So back to the finances. On Wisdom Wednesday, podcast hour, go in. If you need $1,000, hit me up and say, look, I need to make a couple $1,000. I need to start, take control of my finances today. You know what I'm saying? The past is gone. The future is not promised to you. Everything you do that count is today. Another word of wisdom. Today. This is the only time that you can physically change, maneuver, do things today, because I'm functioning today. I can't do nothing about the past. I can plan and look forward to the future, but there's no guarantee. I'm guaranteed to do all I can do today. So if I fall dead today, I've done all that I can do today up until that point. That's the only time you can really change things. So I tell people, time is my most valuable asset. And I'm starting to use that time the way I should have been using it 25, 30 years ago. My time for what it is that I needed to do and what God wanted to use me to get done. I've done a lot because my heart was in the right place for people in the past. I've done a lot. I've helped people to be successful, millionaires. See, but there's something God had in store for me. And I wasn't on the right path to get that done. So then I had to go through things to get on track. I need to leave generational wealth for my children's children. I couldn't leave the network marketing company that I was involved with as generational wealth to my children's children. I couldn't do that. But now I can. And that's my focus. So I'm going to stay focused. I'm going to help as many people that I know are around that's willing to get focused to do better in life. That's my goal from this day forward, as it always has been. And I want to say I thank everyone for getting on today and all the information that I got going out to Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I love this platform. I can broadcast to 3 platforms in one broadcast. So I love that setup. So technology, I'm learning every day, but you can't beat that. So there's the information at the bottom. My number is 501-944-5056. Give me a call if you need to ask me a question or say something. Text me, email me. By all means, go by the website and check things out. My website is strolling across the bottom. Today is the day I take control of my financial destiny. Always victory, and I see everyone at the top. Not just 1, 2, and myself. Everyone that's in the sound of my voice, everyone that get on board with us, I see everyone at the top. Always victory, and I talk to you later. God bless. All right.